Yes, it's finally happening. We're finally getting some news about the new update. As you see here, something new on the horizon came out a couple days ago, and yeah, I'm just gonna go over it. And so basically, this first bit here, oh, I didn't know that was orange. Um, it's like they've just saying like they're acknowledging the fact that it's been a while since the last updates, and it says version 0.39. So the next update is going to be coming out later this year, which is really good. I'll go to the trailer like once we get closer to the bottom or towards the middle, and let's just take a look at what to expect. So the first bit is a complete graphics overhaul. And it says it's been in development for quite some time. And we can kind of see it up here at the top. I mean, it just looks beautiful. It looks like they've added the volumetric clouds, which is good because I think there's a mod for it a little while ago. And now the dev team is actually doing it. So, as it says here, atmospheric sky, volumetric clouds with shadows, all that good stuff. New rendering with DirectX 3D 12, HDR support, which is going to be really good. Means higher quality images. As you can see here, the Miramar, that looks really nice. Um, and then new lighting, probably with the atmospheric sky stuff, and the graphics overhaul. Textures, again, graphics overhaul. Nighttime rendering, which is going to be a big thing because currently in BeamNG, the lights, they don't scatter very well. Like, you have to be on high beams, where in real life you'd be on low beams. Like, it's not great right now. And it's, yeah, just a small appetizer of graphics improvements. Let's just take a quick look through the pictures. That errata, but I think my favorite picture so far is the Miramar. I mean, look at it. It looks sick. Especially with the lights, they actually look real like darn near real life. Just need to improve some of the dust effects and dirt, as well as the sky. And then they got a bastion on a T series. When I first saw this, I'm like, that looks like really old BeamNG. Because old BeamNG, like before 0.25 and 26, had graphics that looked similar to this. And then Sunburst on the small island, HD55 and WL40, loading up some of that. That looks sick. That looks really nice. And that's the same shot that was in the little banner up at top. That looks really nice. It looks like he's kind of the back end of the bolt light's kicking up, which is realistic. That looks like it's almost real life, almost, not quite, but very close. And then there's the shot of the sunburst, just different time of day, and it looks like it did a little bit of damage, but other than that, not that much. And all it comes with optimizations, um, which are better for the performance, obviously, and um, they're also putting some effort into improving memory efficiency because RAM and GPU prices have, surged up. So the new version brings reductions in both RAM and VRAM usage, which, if you don't know what VRAM is basically the RAM that is in your graphics card to so it acts like system RAM, but for your graphics card instead of for your system. And the new vehicle, which I'll get to the trailer. New vehicle, of course. But the thing I'm interested in is they're getting some physics. Engine is getting some attention, like some updates, including, which is one thing I'm really excited for, is the slipstream and the basically drafting. Which, if you don't know what drafting is, it's basically and it's also a way to help hypermining as well. You can say there's a car in front. This is most prominent in racing, especially in NASCAR. You get behind it, you get into their slipstream because the car in front is just punching through the air, and then there's a lot easier air behind it to drives. That way there's not as much drag. Um, and then they're also adding dynamic dampening system, which I don't know what that is, but reduces force feedback, oscillations, cleaner feel at the wheel, which is very good because I have had some moments where it doesn't feel like I'm getting much of any force feedback in my wheel. Mind you, it's still a G923, but still. Another topic that they are addressing is official multiplayer. They said that they've been working on it, like that the community's been asking it for as long as they can remember, as well as me. I started watching it on YouTube ugh, easily before 2019. Like, I want to say, not 2016, like 2018, 17, something like that. So, back in the older versions of Beam, and then multiplayer has been, like, for there as long as BeamNG's um, been around. And they have, and they're saying that it's been underway for several years, which at least we know they're finally mentioning some stuff and bringing some stuff up that the community has been talking about for a very long time. But they still said that it's not going to be ready for a while, and then gradually improve it over the feedback. But the last thing, and like they say, certainly but not least, um, what is BeamNG is going to PS5 as well as the PS5 Pro. And I looked it up. You can actually, like, if you go onto the PlayStation Store and just type in BeamNG, it'll pop up. And if you have a PlayStation account, which I don't have a PlayStation. Only used a PlayStation like twice, but it's but you can actually wishlist it, which is kind of cool. And also, they're also mentioning the tire physics, which definitely needs some improvement. And it says they're shipping an initial implementation as soon as it's ready and gradually improve it on feedback, stuff like that. Um, and they're also saying that they don't have like a set date for anything, so that way they're not as stressed and on a time crunch when they're trying to get to stuff. But anyway, since we're down here already, um, let's just take a look at the new announcement trailer, shall we? Okay, that was the announcement trailer. Like, that was the trailer. So let's go back to the beginning and talk over this. The graphics, like, Muye, one of the guys that I watch for BeamNG, especially the updates, because he covers them really well in like a shorter amount of time. Um, he made a video, I don't know how many years ago at this point, about like what BeamNG with ray tracing looks like, and it looks almost exactly like this. And that was like what 3-4 years ago. And then the bowl-eyed, this bowl-eyed clip here, you can see all the little details, like all the stitching, all the textures. It just looks so nice. That obviously BeamNG crashes, D series, Jungle Rock Island. Go back. That clip looks so amazing. It's just like, uh, it just, it's so good to see the improvements that Beam are making. And when I made that 0.36 video, last year, I think, um, I was saying that was the biggest update since 0.26, which was a very big update. It had a somewhat graphics overall. It added PBR textures to just about everything. Remastered the Covet. Added, I think, the Wydra. No, that was 0. Yeah, it did add the Wydra, I believe. And added so much more features. But this is probably going to be the biggest update in BeamNG's history. So let's just. And then the cityscape with. Oh, that just looks. All this looks so nice with the new rendering. Like, that clip, just having the Johnson Valley in the background with all the nice reflections. Like, this is BeamNG taken to a complete other level when it comes to graphics. And this is the new car that they were talking about. Like, I made a community post about this teaser. We were originally thinking it was either in between a Bastion or a Sharrier. I'm not just talking to me, like the entire community. But, like, it looks like a Bastion, like a new Bastion. But, hold on, let me see if I can turn up the quality here. That didn't do much. But, if you look here, there's the Sharrier logo. Which means it's either going to be a Vivos remaster or just a completely new car. I mean, they would say it would be a remaster, but it depends on what the devs would call a remaster. This just looks like an entire new car. Like, think Peugeot or Renault or some other French company. Like, this looks almost like more like a Kia Stinger than anything. Like, yeah. But, oh, it looks so nice. And this, like, I am being a bit over the top with the, like, not over the top, but I'm just kind of, like, pausing, looking at everything, and it just looks so nice. Like, you can see the tires slightly deflated. You could see that before, but the lights look so amazing, and the glass and everything. It's just, there's so much more detail. And then there's just a little car meet with the sunburst. The Bolide. This Bolide. Oh, I always liked the way the Bolide looked. Some people don't. I really do. And just with the extra better lighting, it's just, it looks so nice, especially with the shiny gold wheels and everything. And then the Scintilla, very nice. That's a nice little cityscape picture. That crash, oh, it looks nice. But look at how shiny, like, this looks so realistic that, like, even people now that think BeamNG clips are real life are gonna be even more so because look at the shine. That looks like it's an actual car with that type of paint. Like a Civic or an older Golf or a Civic. Like a Rally Golf. And then D-Series, that, oh. This is one of my favorite clips. Just because you can see, like, the suspension acting up. That, but this is my favorite section of the entire trailer. This, it's alright. This is nice, too. Nice cityscape, nice little view of the Bolide and Johnson Valley. But here's the thing. Gameplay captured on PS5. And then right at the end, coming 2026, PS5 and PS5 Pro. And I do believe right now you can wishlist it on the PS Store. So I'll leave a link in the description for that, in case you want to check it out for yourself. But, oh, yeah, see, wishlist now. But it's just, it's so nice to see, like, an announcement trailer. They don't do this that often. It's just so nice. And they did say, going back to the patch notes, that 0.39 will come out later this year. So, we can continue the meme of stuff that happens before GTA 6. And this is one of them. BeamNG on a console before GTA 6. What is happening? And if you want to read the full thing in depth, again, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read the full thing for yourself. But yeah, and they're also saying, like, they're thanking the community for sticking with the devs so long, like the 12, almost 13 years that this game has been out, and it looks like a game that just came out, like with these graphics. The update's still yet to come, but still, come on. And they also have saying that the UI, the controls, overall usability will be better, especially if it's releasing on PS5. You need some more like button combinations for a controller because it's just gonna be so much easier. Because on especially PS5, you can't just plug in a keyboard and off you are, like off to the races. You can't do that on PlayStation. But um, so it's just nice to see that, um, like the optimizations, and also it says that the improvements aren't exclusive to console and will reach and land also on PC when 0.39 comes out this year, which is really cool. Now, I'm interested to see how they're gonna be putting in mods, like the repo. Are they gonna be putting that in? I'm guessing so because, um, so if you don't know, the repo, the repository, is where you can download most mods as from like the repository without having to go to the BeamNG website. So it's much easier. So they could probably implement that fairly easily. So and I think there's only one other game that has a mod repository on console. I can't quite remember. I think it was like ETS2 or something. Don't think it was ETS2, but it was some other game. But it's just really, really nice to see. But yeah, it's just, and I will most definitely be covering 0.39 when it comes out. Like every update since like 0.31, 0.32. Um, but yeah, this for BeamNG. This is very exciting. Like I am, oh, it is just so nice to be able to see like that they're actually like they're one of the few dev teams to actually listen to their community anymore. Like all the other dev teams, especially EA, Ubisoft, and just about every other like dev team just doesn't listen to the community anymore. Or at least if they do, it takes them forever like to actually implement what the community's been asking. At least like say with the multiplayer with this, they're addressing that that they that the people that the community has been wanting it, and they're also saying that they're actually working on it and trying to make it usable. Now that raises the question with the multiplayer: where is BeamMP gonna go? That I'm curious about. Because BeamMP, again, if you don't know, which you probably do, but I'll still explain anyway, BeamMP is BeamNG's multiplayer mod. It's the only way they've been able to play like proper multiplayer in Beam since it came out. Like that is the only way to play proper multiplayer with Beam. So I'm curious to see how they will implement the multiplayer, where BeamMP is going to go, or if BeamMP, is still going to be here, but just, like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where BeamMP goes, and a lot of other mods and other things will go, especially, like, the volumetric clouds mod. I wonder if it's going to stay around, because it might just give more options than this, than BeamNG's new vanilla volumetric clouds. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Because I'm very glad that they've said something, because it's been like six months, maybe even 7, since 0.38 came out, and like it's still going, but it's just kind of getting a little bit like like just about everybody's like where's 0.39, where's 0.39. But we shouldn't be doing that quite as much, because I think one of the older updates, I think it was like 0.12 or something like a long time ago, was like I think it was like 0. Not 26. I think it was like 0.23 to 24. There's like a year or 2 year gap with like next to no updates other than just small updates and hot fixes. But I guess, like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll leave the wish list, like the BeamNG PlayStation Store wish list, in the description, as well as this post. I'll see you guys next time. BattleBox out.